In this rules ranking, I wanted to break down the Flash movie, the one that just came out. This movie honestly wasn't too bad, at least compared to a lot of the other DC movies that have come out recently. It definitely holds its own against those. I really wasn't expecting this movie going into it to be that great. It was alright, but it was definitely one of the better DC movies in my opinion. The premise of the premise of this movie is that the Flash uses his speed to kind of go so fast that he goes back in time. Like, I think he runs backwards. It's always funny to me whenever they CGI the Flash running, because he just looks like an absolute goon running. Like, he should not be running fast, but he just kind of does like this weird flopping horrible running motion, but he just goes so fast. Like, the apples don't add up in my opinion. The hand doesn't fit the glove, if you will. But basically he goes back in time because he thinks that he can change one little thing to save his mom from being murdered. Whenever he does that, he ends up messing with literally everything. His whole world collapses. He tries to go back to the point where he was in his life, but then he suddenly gets pushed out of this like time bubble that he created. Like, this like evil looking dude comes and breaks him out of his little bubble. He ends up getting like stuck in his college days, I think it is. And then he realizes that he kind of messed up, because in this now new timeline where he has his mom alive and his dad's not serving time in the county jail, he realizes that he won't get his powers because his new self, I guess, is very arrogant and lazy, and he's going on a date instead of going to the lab where he gets his powers. So he like drags his self into the laboratory where he gets his powers, and they both end up getting like struck by the lightning and the chemicals dumped on them. Barry from the future, like the main character Barry, he ends up losing his mojo and he can't run fast anymore. He loses all of his powers, but the college Barry gains the powers. So then it's like kind of a cool mentor thing, although it's kind of weird, like he's mentoring himself. It's kind of a weird like Into the Spider-Verse trippiness to it. And he's basically given his younger self all these tips and tricks. They later find out that old dude from the Man of Steel movie where Superman fought General Zod, like the military dude dressed like Mr. Freeze but like in a black suit, he is like threatening the world again, but in this timeline there's no Superman. So basically they go to find Batman because there's still a Batman, but there's no one else in this universe. They go and find Batman, and that's where they find the Michael Keaton version of Batman. And if you don't know, Michael Keaton was in the first live action Batman movies, so that was kind of a cool nod, and I thought he actually did play Batman very well. I'm sure, you know, it's like riding a bike for him, although it's been a while, he could still play Batman. I don't think Batman's too tough of a character to play to begin with, but he did a good job. And then they go on this quest to find Superman, but they find Supergirl. She was like hesitant to help humans at first, but then ends up helping them. But long story short, like it's kind of a cool time warp thing that happens throughout the movie, where the Barry that we know is trying to get into the past. It's like Back to the Future, basically. He goes to the past, but then, you know, he can't get the lightning bolt. And actually it is a lot like Back to the Future, like the lightning bolt is what he needs. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. He like loses his powers and he can't get back and stuff like that. It was just a really kind of fun movie, I guess. It's definitely better if you don't take it super seriously. There are like a few funny moments, and some of the CGI was decent. There was one scene at the beginning that I thought was a little ridiculous, even for how ridiculous a lot of the scenes are with the CGI. He has to save this babies and this woman that are falling out of a hospital wing that's like high up in the air. He like throws this baby into a microwave to like dampen the fall damage, I guess. And I don't know, it was really weird. One thing about Barry is that he's constantly hungry and he needs constant food and calories to keep him going because he runs, you know, like a marathon in a second. The thing is that they had it at the beginning of the movie where he's like running around and then he's like, oh, I'm low on energy, you gotta eat this burrito. But then they don't really put that into play throughout the rest of the movie. It's just kind of one of those things where, oh, this is a thing that he has to deal with, and then not show it the rest of the movie. It's just maybe he's secretly feasting on a pig buffet, you know, off camera that we don't see. But it was a cool movie, and there was kind of a cool twist towards the end of the movie. So throwing this onto the rules ranking, I'll probably give it like a 70 probably. Some of the jokes, you know, hit. It's like most movies, not every joke's gonna hit with every single person, and that's fine. Like I said, some of the mechanics of it, like the low on energy stuff, I thought would have been cool if they put that in towards the end of the movie and like not just one scene at the beginning. So yeah, that was one gripe that I had. And then some of the CGI looked a little weird, but it wasn't too bad. Yeah, that was about it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash like and subscribe. It's always free and it helps me out. But as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.